Hey you guys, happy new year. Welcome back to my weekly rants where we talk about what's hot, what's not, and everything in between. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Make sure to share and leave me some comments. So it's New Year's Eve. I'm in my kitchen getting ready to cook a meal. I'm making a ham, I'm making some greens, and I'm making my famous macaroni and cheese. Let me say that again. I'm making my famous macaroni and cheese because it is the best macaroni and cheese you'll ever have in your entire life. So because I always get so many compliments on it, I decided let me just make a video to show everybody how I make it. Now I'm gonna leave a link in the description box below to Corey Hardick's recipe for macaroni and cheese. I'm doing this because I have to admit, his recipe helped me to take my macaroni and cheese over the top, okay? I had all the same ingredients as his in the same exact way to cook it, except his includes a Ritz cracker as the topping, as the crust. And the way that he melts down his blocks of cheese, I did not do that before. I used to grate all my cheese and sprinkle it in with my mac and cheese and did it that way, kind of mixed everything together. And I'll tell you this, I'll show you guys the technique I learned from his recipe. I feel is one of the things that took it over the top and why I use this recipe now. So I say it's my famous macaroni and cheese because literally I use the same ingredients, but the way that he melts down the cheese, and I'll show you this, he takes the cheese and cuts it into blocks, and then you put it in your cast iron skillet. That's the suggested thing to use, a cast iron skillet or whatever kind of skillet you use. I'm not using cast iron today because I'm in my kitchen and I have a convection oven with a glass top. In the glass tops, you can't use the cast irons on. So I still have my cast irons. I love them to pieces, but I use them now on my my cooktop outside, which I'm not cooking outside right now. It's too cold. So anyways, I'll be using a regular skillet on my glass top, and then I have to cut all the cheese down into blocks, and you slowly stir and melt it into a cheese sauce. Basically, it starts to look like a Velveeta, but don't get it twisted. You do not want to use Velveeta for your mac and cheese. This is sharp cheddar, and I use 1 block of extra sharp cheddar. And I'll show you guys the rest of the ingredients now, which are I add sour cream, I add a can of cream of mushroom soup, I add condensed milk, I add 1 egg to bind and mix everything together. And like I said, it's going to be topped with a Ritz cracker for the crust. I'm telling you guys, that Ritz cracker crust takes it over the top because the Ritz crackers have like a buttery, flaky, like buttery taste. Whew. This mac and cheese, I'm telling you guys, if you guys make this mac and cheese, Lord have mercy. That's all I have to say. Lord have mercy. So let me just show you my ingredients. There's just some greens I'm going to be making also. But 1 stick of butter, okay. I put sour cream in it, like I said. I have 4 blocks of sharp cheddar, okay. 4 8-ounce blocks.
Mom, that's not cheddar.
It is cheddar. It's cheddar. And
no,
then
Mom, that's not cheddar.
What is it?
That's cheese.
It's cheese. Cheddar is a type of cheese.
Oh, type of cheese?
Yeah. And then 1 8-ounce block of extra sharp. So a total of 5 blocks of cheddar, okay? 5 blocks of cheddar. Cream of mushroom. Okay. And don't mind that, some leftover cookies my kids made. And of course 1 pound of elbows. And you can use whatever size elbows that you want. I'm using small macaroni elbows. So anyways, I'll come back, you guys, when I'm ready to put everything together. Okay, bye. And I forgot to say the condensed milk. I had some left over from the last batch I made, so I never really use a whole can, so I saved some from the last can, but this is condensed milk. Okay, so I got my skillet heating up. Okay, and then I got my pot over here to get my water boiling for my noodles, okay? Now, I'm gonna take the 1 stick of butter and just go ahead and throw that in there so it can start melting down. So the butter should be melting down, and then we'll add the cheese blocks. TJ is gonna add one now, I guess. Okay, so this is the 4 blocks of sharp cheddar, all cut up into little cubes. Okay, I keep the extra sharp. Don't cut it up. You're gonna shred that. Okay, the shredded cheese you're gonna use to top your mac and cheese. So cut up all the sharp, 4 blocks, 8 ounces each, and then save the extra sharp and shred it. Okay, and while you're doing this, go ahead and put your elbows on. They should be boiling while you do this. Just a time saver.
Melting.
It is melting. So you guys, so it'll start to melt. You want to constantly like start to stir it, basically. And this butter help it from sticking. And you just want to slowly, and my temperature is on low. You want to keep it on low and start to just slowly start stirring it. Okay.
Come on, Edwin. Come on.
It's gonna melt down into a beautiful cheese sauce. Beautiful cheese sauce.
My turn.
I want you guys to see kind of how you slowly stir it. And it's gonna start melting down. Okay. Constant stir. Constant stir. Constant stir. So I'll come back when it's all melted down. Okay guys, so the cheese is all melted down. And this is what it looks like. Let me move this back. So you guys can see. So you got a beautiful cheese sauce. Okay, that's the cheese and the butter. And go ahead at this point and add your egg in there. You just need 1 egg. And you want to continue to mix it in really well so it doesn't scramble. You know, don't let the egg scramble. It shouldn't, because your skillet is on a very low setting, excuse me. And you just mix it on in there, like so. Mix your egg in there. Okay. The noodles are boiling. They're just about done. Okay, when the noodles are all done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain them. And then I'm going to mix in this amazing cheese sauce, the sour cream, the condensed milk, and the cream of mushroom. Okay, I'm gonna get my mixture all nice. Then I'm gonna put it in my pan for baking, and that's when I'll sprinkle it with my shredded extra sharp cheese. And I also want to add, you guys, that I use sharp and extra sharp cheese because the flavor is amazing. I love that kind of tangy, like stronger flavor you get in your mac and cheese when you use sharp and extra sharp. That's the reason why I make it with sharp and extra sharp. Just 1 block of extra sharp though, and all the other blocks sharp. Some people I know don't like sharp cheddar, so if you don't like that flavor, then go with whatever cheddar that you choose, but this is the cheddar that I use, sharp and extra sharp. So I will be back. Okay, so my noodles are done and they're drained. Okay, and so I'm just gonna dump these into a larger pot and start to mix everything together. So I have noodles, the noodles I'm gonna mix together with the cheese sauce. The shredded cheese we're gonna use for toppings later.
Mom, that's the only one I can find.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
What? Look at this boy. Look what I got in my pocket. Where? Where?
So you put the shredded cheese. I did one layer of macaroni, one layer of shredded cheese, another layer of macaroni, another layer of shredded cheese. Then I'm gonna start sprinkling the Ritz crackers on top. Okay, so Ritz crackers on top and then bake it uncovered for 40 minutes. It will change your life. Fresh out the oven, still sizzling. This is the final product.